All right, so here is number 5, I believe, of my figure collection, and it's a lot of my Walking Dead figures. It's not fully completed. What I mean, not fully completed, I was really hoping for the new ones from Dead City to Daryl to The Ones Who Live. I really wish that they were going to put those out because they showed the images, the models. Very little of that came out, but over across these. Just not here for America. And unfortunately, for the American release version, it got shelved. It got literally shelved. And not cool. Hopefully they'll come out. Hopefully that it will come out. And if it does, I do want to get those so I can say my collection of Walking Dead figures is actually truly complete. And my thing is this, and I thought about it, right? I thought about something when I was going through these. You know, how much would I actually sell my full collection for my Walking Dead figures? Especially, you know, if they do release those other ones. A lot of people are going to think this is ridiculous, but there are several figure franchises that I have that I would ask a lot of money for. And I'm not even joking. For my Walking Dead figure sets here, $10,000 as is. Why $10,000? Because right now, like I said, once those other ones come out, if they come out for the US, I'm going to raise it up to $15,000. Now, for my 6th video, when I do that, that's going to show my complete Dragon Ball figure collection. Guess what? There are still more I want to get from the Dragon Ball Star lines. And even one I seen yesterday, if it's not there tomorrow, then I can try to get it online. Eventually, it's going to take me some time to complete that a little bit. You know, it's going to take some time, it's going to take some money. Once I do, and if I do ever decide to sell my full completed collection of Dragon Ball figures, I'm asking around $20,000. I'm not even joking about that price. Some people might say, well, that's ridiculous. Well, people spend, you know, more money on dumb shit. So, to start off, we got I call this one Alexandria Security Michonne, and this is from Series 9 right here. So that's from Series 9. Right. Also from Series 9, we have T-Dog, right? It would have been great to see or to have more T-Dog within the show. Again, I always got some plastic and some stuff in here, so, you know, I'm always protecting things. Always protecting. Next from Series 9, Dirty version or Gravedigger Daryl, which has been released so many times. You know, there's that one. Next, coming out of Series 9 is Beth. So we got Beth here. Coming out for Series 8, we got Rick Grimes, Murder Jacket Rick Grimes right there. Also coming out from Series 8, we have Carol right there. Carol. So we got that one, right? Coming out from Series 8, we have Eugene. That's right, we got Eugene. So for Series 8, we got Morgan. I do not have the box set one of Morgan. I did pass on that one. Coming out for Series 8, we got Bob. Right there, so we got Bob. Now for a while, to me, you know, for a while, Series 8, it might not have been Series 8. It was one of the series that became one of my favorite series for such a long time. It might have been Series 6 or 7. I think it was 7 that was my favorite for a while until Series 8 came out. But we have Tyrese, and this is blue shirt Tyrese, where he got bit on his arm and everything right there. Coming also for Series 8, we have Dale. Right, we got Dale. Now I know they released him where his guts were hanging out. Going into the next series. What series is this? I did forget actually. Series 7. Sheriff version of Rick Grimes, which is actually cool. Right there. We have Michonne here in this outfit, right? And again, I am hoping they do release again, you know, Daryl from his series TV show with his characters get up as we all seen from what they showed, and also Dead City with Negan. But I'm also hoping they do the Rick and Michonne from The Ones Who Live. But the reason why specifically they did shelve that one is because that show from The Ones Who Live did not do good, so they shelved it. You know, yes, Dead City and the Daryl one was a bit more popular, but they only done it for over across seas with those figures, and you know, there's only hoping that they do that for the releases, hopefully for them here for the U.S. And they might not do The Ones Who Live, but at least do the Dead City and Daryl one here. You know, not people really have them, especially here in the U.S. But to continue on with Series 7, Prison Rick, when he was in this one right there, which was really cool. Also for Series 7, right, we got Herschel right here that comes with Michonne's sword with, you know, with his you know, severed head, what have you. The last for Series 7, we got Gravedigger Daryl. So there's Series 7 now. From Series 6 right here. Yeah, you got Series 6. Series 6 was my favorite series when it came out for the figure line until that Series 8. Here's Rick right there. Prison / escaping from the prison. I think it was like season 4 of the show. I actually have all the seasons right here, even the spin-offs. I'm going to measure some wood and do a shelf for them. Here we have a Carol right there. This one right here, we just got Daryl right there. Cool. And we got this Herschel right here when he had the crutches and everything. And there was one set, or a few sets I had of some loose ones that I bought, that I made loose, that I got packaged because I wanted certain weapons, and I customized my own little Daryl and everything. Here's the governor right there. Okay. So from the next series here is series. This is like only 2 for the flashback series, but they go into series. It was like series 5, right? Yeah, I think it was series 5. So for series 5, and these been through a lot in this packaging. Daryl, of course, and Michonne, right there. So there's those ones. Figure out where to put these. I don't know. Put them right there. We got Glenn right there. We have Maggie. They never did release another Maggie figure, which was highly unfortunate. Really unfortunate, to be exact. This Tyrese right there, when we saw him in season 3, enter into the prison. And we have Zombie Merle right there. And to finish off Series 5, this poor thing been through the ringer and stuff, and I just added the shotgun in there with it because that came from one of the Herschel figures or so. So yeah, I thought that was cool. Yeah, there's that. Now we move on to Series. Oh no, that's kind of buried, isn't it? Okay, we'll get to them. We're gonna kind of change it up here, I guess. Out of order. So Series 10, we got blurred packaging Sasha, which they actually made blurry. I don't know why they decided to do that. We have Aaron right there. We got Negan right there, standalone Negan. Really cool. So there actually is two that I have in there that I did take out from this to add to my father's military memorial wall. Is Abraham. Now, if anybody knows what Abraham Ford looks like, that gives you a good idea of what my dad actually looked like. So I took both the TV version and comic book version and hung them on the wall there. So there's that. Just keep that in mind in case somebody sees it. Oh, well, you ain't got Abraham. I do have Abraham. I have both the TV and comic version, and I hung him there on my dad's military wall I built for him because he was in the service, and my dad looked just like Abraham Ford, like when he was young. Everything, like dead spitting image. So I just wanted to fill that in case people were wondering with that. Here we have, of course, Security, Alexander Security, Rick, right there, right? We have, I want to say this is kind of I think this is like in between 9 and 10, specifically 10, which we got Daryl here. And I had some extra other figures at the time. Again, I added the handgun right there. I thought that looked cool with that, how he has it in the show, so I added that. A really good one. I really like this one. Again, I hope we do get the new Daryl, the new Negan, right, for their series with their figures like we all saw. And to finish up for 10, we got this double pack right there. Right there. Glenn and Negan. Crazy. Crazy. So now, I guess kind of grab down here and kind of, that might end up, I don't know, I'm just going to leave that as is. So this is Series 4. So we got Rick Grimes right there from the farm. Then I have Series 4, and they're pretty scattered around in this box a little bit. We got Sasha, or what the hell is this bitch name? Andrea, right? We got Carl right there. That's kind of gonna fall. Yeah, it's gonna fall. Okay. We got the governor, first appearance right there. If I can grab this one, I'll let you guys know. You gotta scoot that right there. Okay. We got this one right there. Merle and Daryl. Alright. And to finish up for the TV series, we got from Series 3, we got Michonne right there, and Merle right there. So there's that one. Now we're gonna move on to the comic figures, and this is Series 5 for the comics, we got Comic Glenn, right? Comic Glenn. We got Shane, and I had a loose one of Shane. I just took parts from to make certain customs from the loose figures. Yeah, we got that Comic Shane, right? And that's how a lot of people wish they would have did Shane's TV figure from the live series, and they just didn't. We have Comic Carl. And Comic Carl is Series 4. So yeah, Series 4. And those kind of slip. Yeah, that's fine. A pincushion zombie. Really cool one. I actually liked how that looked. And we got here from Series 3 comic figures is Rick right there. So this is where we kind of get scattered around here. So Series 1 comic figure of Michonne. I spent a pretty damn good penny on that one. Series 3 Andrea. I know they had the Western one they came out with as exclusive. It looked okay, but for me it was a pass. It wasn't really worth it. Hey, grab these. Stretch Series 1 comic of Rick Grimes right there. I spent a pretty penny on him when he came out. Grab these right here. This is where I gotta kind of shift a bit. Alright, so Series 3 we got Dwight. It sucks we never did get a Dwight figure from the TV show series. Yeah, they got like that statue looking one. I'm talking like the 7.5-inch figure right there. And for Series 2, the only one in Series 2, which was more worth getting, was the comic book version of the Governor. Did not get Glenn because Glenn at that time looked like Mr. Clean. Yeah, I think we all can agree on that one. We got some comic exclusives here, figures. So here's the Rick Grimes one right there. And I would love to get my hands on the Michonne one because I love how she looks in that one. I know what's out there. It's just, you know, the pricing. Like I got this like $25 at a thrift store locally. But I know a lot of people weren't, you know, fond on this type, but I just like how that Rick and Michonne looks. I would not get the others, you know, not like that. For one comic exclusive, we got Old Man Rick from the comics right there. Thought that was cool. We got comic exclusive Negan, his first appearance right there. Grab these ones. We got Clementine, right? So we got Clem. We got Lee. I wanted this version of Lee, the bloody version right there. To me, that's when he's like the most real memorable. And we got this comic version of Michonne right there. Michonne. And here's some in-between stuff. So this I found for like $1 at a little junk place. So I ended up finding that. We got a World War Z figure. The only thing they had for it, which was that. The civilian zombie. Right? And this was a gift, which was the bobblehead. I did have the first 4 releases of the Walking Dead Funko Pops. I actually threw them out. yeah, the people probably hate me right now. What? Why'd you throw them out? I hate Funkos. I'm not a fan. I only count like one Funko that I give a shit about. What is that Michael Jackson one? And the Ed, Edd n Eddy ones. Other than that, I hate Funko Pops. I think they're a waste. But yeah, this is number 5 of my figure collection. Got one more, and I'll get to that tomorrow because that's going to be the big one. Actually, before I end it, guys, well, I don't know if you guys want to see the full series that I got with The Walking Dead here for the DVD ones. But I might show those in a separate video, but they're like right there. Even the spin-offs. Okay, so I decided I am going to include the Walking Dead DVD series here. Before I decide to start designing a shelf for it, so I'm going to start from this end since it wants to fold this way. So we got season 3 of Daryl, right? Like that really wants to slide. We got season 2 of Daryl, the Book of Carol. We got season 1 of Daryl right there. Now, do I think the franchise is actually over? Yeah, because we're not hearing any news for season 3 about this for Dead City, and this is season 2. You know, that's what I was talking about, is that, you know, the figures for these for Dead City and the Daryl one for the US release got shelved, unfortunately, and we'll just never see them, because if you still look them up, they're still up for like a pre-order release that's been passed and still not come out. Here's season 1 of Dead City, which just sucks because I enjoy Dead City. I enjoyed Dead City just like I enjoyed the Daryl series, and I know that's on its last one. I think the reason why they probably are going to be wrapping it up very soon, why we're not going to get a season 3 of Dead City, just like we're never going to get a season 2 of The Ones Who Live, is because now they want to do that reunion episode with the characters, not the actors but characters. And I think it's going to be a AMC Plus / Netflix / TV series movie exclusive to wrap up the story. That's what I strongly believe. And here's The Ones Who Live, and I enjoyed this one. I especially enjoyed how especially the first few episodes, and it gives you an idea, and I have a feeling the original idea, if I can God, that really wants to fall. If I can ramble for a bit, is that, you know, we got ideas from season 1 from World Beyond, of course season 2 from World Beyond, ideas of, you know, Jadis and Rick, you know, little hints of how I think the original idea, how we were supposed to see Rick's story within the years with the CRM, with the Silver Republic, and that he escaped several times from land, foot, you know, well, you know, on land, on foot / on a boat, maybe on a raft, and then I think we were supposed to definitely get that which was supposed to be the first movie, right? Not really so much as the season. And I think the second movie would have definitely focused on Michonne specifically. But yeah, which would have led in that third movie, which would have, I think, would have been grabbing both from Dead City and Daryl. I think they were supposed to get a signal to go get them, which would have brought that reunion. And I think Morgan would have played a role as well. That's just my own head thing right there, what I thought, or what I think the original idea was. We have season 8, the last season for Fear, right? We got season 7 of Fear right there. We got season 6, which I enjoyed. Fear. The only one I didn't actually see was season 3, and I just didn't. First few episodes, I didn't like it, so I did not watch that one. We got the 5th season for Fear, which I did enjoy. The complete 4th season of Fear right there. And of course the 3rd season, which I never watched. 2nd season was really good. I enjoyed that one. And the 1st season of Fear, which was excellent in my opinion. Here we got the last season, season 7. No, season 11. The 11th season of season, The Walking Dead, the last season. Season 10, or the 10th season, right there, which was really good and everything. Season 7, a lot of people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it. Season 10. Did I? Okay, this might be out of order. Is this out of order somewhere? Yeah, 9th season. Yeah, so there's the 9th season. Huh. Okay, the 8th season. Yeah, that's my bad. Then followed up by season 7. I enjoyed season 7. I'm season 7. The for the flush out of Negan's introduction, I feel like was done better than the comic version. Just like when we get to the 8th season, the all-out war story arc, I'm glad that I feel like this one was done better than the all-out war story arc from the comics, because the comics ones was too closed in a closed space, which was Alexandria for that fight. Just like the lineup. I know, in some real world scenarios with that, yeah, you're gonna have wars like that, but I'm glad it was spreaded out like it was within that season, because I do feel like it was a lot more better done than compared to the comics. They got the 6th season, which was a bit of the slower season. I think it was for everybody. Season 4, right there, right? That wasn't season 4. Yeah, that was the 4th season, right? 4th. Again, okay, I messed up somewhere. Okay, yeah, here's the 5th season right there. Season 5 was actually pretty good. I think everybody enjoyed that one. Season 4, right? Especially the battle with the prison. It's season 3, the 3rd season, I think is one of the best seasons. It still holds up, right? We got season 2, and of course season 1 started it all. So that right there is the whole Walking Dead.